Thanks for watching this. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an update on JD Video Games Productions, a little bit of a look back over the year 2025, as well as an update on some big things that are happening with Superstar Shooter 16. So here's the plan for today. It's the agenda. So we're going to do a general update on JD Video Game Productions. We're going to talk about Superstar Shooter 16. I'm going to show some screenshots of Superstar Shooter 16, and then we'll conclude. So, in terms of 2025, the bulk of the year has been spent doing updates and upgrades to Super 3D Maze 16 as well as Superstar Shooter 16. And the other really big thing has been porting both games to PlayStation 5. Um, Updates are still very much in progress for Superstar Shooter 16, and I'm hoping to release that on multiple platforms in 2026. But yeah, that's kind of where things are at. And just in general, I'm really eager to start on a new project. Here's one big update. So for Super 3D Maze 16, alongside the PlayStation 5 release, we released a physical album. You can get that through Tony Longworth. It's on Elastic Stage. So please do check that out. Please support him. This soundtrack has all of the songs that Tony wrote for Super 3D Maze 16, as well as the expansion. So there's a lot of content there. I had a lot of fun working with him on this. It's a bit, in my mind, it's a bit of a concept album. So there's little bits of narration from the game sprinkled throughout it. You hear kind of some of the mystery of the story and whatnot. Very, very cool product. I've ordered a few copies of the CD for myself. I'm very excited to get them and give it a listen. Okay, huge news here. Super 3D Maze 16 released on PlayStation 5. This is a view of the store page. Please, give it a try. If you're a PlayStation 5 owner, pick it up, make a video about it. Let us know what you think. I've had a few streamers cover the game so far, so it's a bit of a dream for me to finally have released this on PlayStation 5. It's a bit of work. I mainly do game dev sort of as a hobby, part-time thing. I usually work on the weekends. Sometimes I'll do weeknights. But yeah, this porting to PlayStation has been a pretty big lift, and thanks to everyone on the team who's helped out with that. Obviously, I didn't do any of the concept artwork that you're seeing here, so that's our artist Winson did that, and yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, give it a try. In terms of Superstar Shooter 16, so I'm back in development on this one. Um, we're trying to make the Super 16 sort of franchise a more cohesive whole. So we're trying to get more story elements into there, more narration in the game, so you can see how these two games sort of interrelate. Also working on a few new features. There's a charge shot, and sort of you tap the button now to shoot, things like that. Also trying to maintain a good sense of balance in the game at the same time as doing that. So yeah, lots of work going on there. Another massive thing that I thought would be easier, but it's turning out on my side of things to be a little bit harder than I expected, is bringing in some new environments. The environments sort of complement the story. But yeah, it's really neat to see this title changing so much, and also do a bit of an update on the PlayStation 5 port. Um, just a note here, I think it was mentioned earlier, but I'll say it again. Super 3D Maze 16 and Superstar Shooter 16, any new content that's being produced for these games will make its way to Steam and the Atari VCS. I really do have to prioritize the PS5 first, though. I've got a fairly expensive Unity license that expires in a few months, so it's like I need that to do the PS5 ports, and then I can focus on everything else. So yeah, that is gonna happen first in the case of Superstar Shooter 16. Okay, so for the new story elements, We've got all of our artwork done for a couple of the. There's going to be a cutscene at the beginning and at the end of the game to sort of help introduce the player to the story. All the art is done for those cutscenes, so that's great. I do have to get some voice actors to do the narration on those, but it'll happen soon, and those aren't really huge lifts on my side of things. I've done enough cutscenes for Super 3D Maze that like it's a bit of work for me, but it's not that hard at this point. Level introductions. So one of the new features is that at the start of every level, there's going to be a little bit of dialogue between Elias and his AI companion, and they do a little bit of banter back and forth. It's kind of comedic. It's got like a dark comedic tone about it. It's pretty fun. Indy wrote those, and Uncle Flip and an AI voice software was used to actually do the dialogue. So it's pretty funny. I'll comment too. Like we used AI because it's an AI, so it's Elias talking to an AI system. So yeah, that's why the human character is voiced by a human, the AI character is voiced by an AI. In terms of more mechanics, so there's now a new level select map. That was quite a bit of work for me to implement, but it's in place, it's fully set up, everything's wired up. You can go to every single level in the game. Some of the levels don't have their new environmental assets or artwork set up, but they're all there. All of the level start dialogue plays correctly, so that's all in place now. So good progress there. The first really new custom level is the asteroid field. It's partially completed. I'll show a screenshot of it shortly. There's a few elements that need to be removed from it, and there's a new asteroid type enemy that really needs a lot of work on my end, but I'm sure I'll get it. It's probably like an afternoon thing, but it feels really wrong right now, and it needs to be tuned up in a pretty big way. Next level is the Gutty Works. It's sort of a skull themed level. Going to be pretty cool. Haven't got the artwork done on that yet. Haven't put it in yet, so I'm marking it as not started. I'm hoping it's going to be pretty easy, but yeah, that's where that's at. The Nano Bomb Factory is going to be similar to the Gutty Works. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but there's some work to be done there. Okay, so let's look at a screenshot here. We're looking at, I call this chapter select, so this is your first level select menu. There's a whole bunch of different levels here on planet Nanos, which is sort of what you're exploring. So there's the asteroid field, there's the surface of the planet, then you go into this mouth that leads you deeper into the planet, then there's the techno throat, they call it, the Gutty Works. You go through Cyberwolf Tower, and then you learn about sort of this human machine hybridization program. There's the nanobomb factory, random access memories, and then the Nanos core, which is planned to be the final boss. So when you pick a chapter in this scene, then you go into this sub menu and you get to actually pick the level within that chapter. At the start of each level, so in the top center there, you can see the name of the level. Some of those names have been updated, so that's a Techno Throat level. And then in the bottom right, you can see there's new dialogue, which also has the voice acting. So it says your mission is to infiltrate planet Nanos and destroy the energy core. Screenshot. So this is a charged shot. You're only seeing the charging animation, but I've put quite a bit of work into the charge shot. It's there, it's working. It's pretty neat. It almost adds another layer of complexity to the game mechanics. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of work for me to balance everything out properly now that this has been added in. But it's cool. It just makes the game that much more, that much deeper, I would say. Here's a screenshot from the asteroid field. This is very rough. You can probably see a lot of like the hexagonal grid and stuff like that. I'm planning to get rid of all of that. The asteroid enemies are in need of a lot of tune-up. They're basically just a variant of an existing enemy type, and it just feels too easy and slow. But yeah, you can see the asteroids are there. They're in place. I think the level looks okay aside from a few unnecessary details that I need to remove. So it's more subtraction and building a proper enemy AI for the asteroids. I'm actually secretly thinking, but not so secretly since I'm saying it out loud, that I'm gonna have the asteroids be kind of like Atari asteroids. So you shoot them and then they split apart into multiple enemies. We'll see. Okay, so more levels, random access memories. Haven't started on that level. I do actually have the artwork for it though, so that should be a bit of an easy win. The final boss, I haven't started on that yet. That's going to be a big lift. Got to figure that out. Polish, I'll be doing the polish as I go along. That's generally just sort of how I work. You're supposed to do it all at the end, and I'll probably do another polishing round at the end, as well as general fixes and QA. I do it as I go, but I also like before I ever push anything live, I'll do a full playthrough because I do miss really obvious errors sometimes, and yeah, can always want to do better. So okay, so now we're talking about the PlayStation 5 port. Fortunately, this is another thing where I've been doing things as I go. I made a lot of mistakes doing this Super 3D Maze version of the PlayStation 5 port. So I've taken any lessons that I've learned from that and I've been applying them as I go because there's so much to do that like it's almost I would have to either document or just do it. And I've taken the route of like just anything that was an issue for Super 3D Maze on PlayStation, I fixed it on Superstar Shooter 16 as I went along. So cloud save is mostly set up. I think it's completely set up. Leaderboards are mostly set up. Trophies are mostly set up. Marketing and marketing copy, I actually just finished that this morning, so that's done. It's in place. It's obviously not live or anything yet, but it's there. We need to do a pretty big trailer revision for the PlayStation 5 port. For anyone who's seen the trailer for Superstar Shooter 16, the Atari VCS is very heavily featured throughout that. And I don't think I have an excuse for like, oh, you know, because I could say, well, you could play Steam games on the Atari VCS if you wanted, or you could play Microsoft games on it. But like with PlayStation, you can't play PlayStation games on the VCS, so that just can't be in the trailer. So as well as a lot of the gameplay is going to look different now. So I'm planning to just do a whole new trailer for Superstar Shooter 16 for the PlayStation 5 release. New screenshots, not a huge lift, but it's a thing I still have to do. Obviously, I can't do that until all the level artwork's in place so that I can kind of accurately represent the game. And then admin and QA for launching the game. This took a bit of work for the Super 3D Maze, so this is like the actual process of working with Sony to get it launched. And yeah, I'll need to allocate some time for that. So yeah, this is the last slide of the presentation. Just general thoughts. I'm pretty excited to move into the new year. I really want to start on a new game. That's going to be a big thing. And getting Superstar Shooter 16 launched on PlayStation, as well as backporting all these changes now over to Steam and the Atari VCS. It's all stuff I'm looking forward to. It's going to be good to do. All right. Thanks, everybody.